right, consistently inconsistent with these. That's okay. You guys like it anyway. Nahuel, I don't know, says, is such a thing as too much flare out feet for your pole stance or squat stance? Sorry if I misspell. I don't speak English very well. That's fine. I can't even speak your name properly. So you are very much forgiven. Yes, you can have your feet turned out too far when pulling a snatch or a clean. And the primary issue here is that in the pull, we need to maintain balance, right? Forward and backward. Side to side shouldn't be an issue unless you're holding one end of the bar. And the more we rotate the toes out, the shorter that depth of our base becomes, right? So if we're straight ahead, which we don't want to be, but if we're straight ahead, that maximizes the depth of our base, right? We have the most foot surface area reaching from front to back. As we rotate out, that surface area, that distance gets shorter and shorter and shorter, which means that fore-aft balancing gets harder and harder, right? You're basically going from having a full foot, and then to the extreme, if you turn 90 degrees, you basically have a peg leg, right? Which one's easier to balance on? So that's the primary issue with the pull. It's not so much an issue of alignment of the knees or the hips or any of that, although if you do get to an extreme degree of toe out, you're kind of asking, especially the musculature around the hip, to kind of work in a way that it's not ideal. In the squat, you do have that same issue with the depth of your base regarding balance. That can be a problem, but you're also generally really exceeding kind of the range in which the body can be reasonably aligned. The knees are the biggest thing, right? So we turn the feet out to the degree that allows optimal alignment of the knees and range of motion of the hips. That's what we're looking for with the squat position, right? So the knees are actually hinging and we can sit as deep as possible while maintaining that proper pelvic position, which maintains the proper back extension. If we go beyond that, then we're encountering more problems with the knee alignment and with the hip range of motion, even though, maybe our back position will be fine. And we're making it more difficult for the muscles that open the hip and open the knee to do their jobs. So generally in the pull, that kind of, 5 to 15, maybe 20 degrees turned out relative to that center line is typically what you're looking at. And the squat, 10 to 30 degrees or so. Again, you really have to determine what works best for you anatomically and not allow, present and temporary mobility limitations to overly dictate what you're doing. You need to keep chipping away at that stuff and get it back to what is optimal. I'll link 2 videos for determining the pulling stance and the squatting stance. You can see exactly what I'm talking about. And also, guys, if you do like these things and you appreciate them, please please share them, and please subscribe to this channel, because all that stuff really helps me keep putting this stuff out in a practical sense, but also in terms of motivation. Thanks, guys. Greg Everett with Catalyst Athletics here. Please like and share this video. If you appreciate the content, please subscribe to the channel. The more feedback I get from you guys, the more support I get from you guys, the more free content I can keep making. Thank you.